Welcome back to the Artie Lange Show. My next guest, one of my favorite guests.
Boo.
On the show, I just did his show.
That's
had
right.
a good time. He
did your show, and you forced me to come over and do your damn show.
had the courtesy of...
Can I go home after doing my show?
I had the courtesy of going there. He gave me the courtesy of plugging my book, Crash and Burn, available in stores now.
Yes, and then we burned it.
Strong first-day sales.
We had a sacrifice on the show.
That's right. That was fun. Now, you and that guy, you've developed a lot of chemistry.
Yeah, me and white people, man. We work well together.
Well, you have to...
Chris Moe.
Yeah, Bill Cosby will tell you that's how you get a big man show.
I'm on my way, Bill.
He made what they called the crossover in the 60s.
Yeah, he did.
Nah, yeah, well, listen, all people. People have to...
Hey, ain't nothing wrong with people all stripes liking your work.
Right. Look at Kevin Hart. Kevin Hart's a guy, he stayed true to his people, as you might say, and stayed on the BET network. Now that guy makes about $80 million a year. So everybody's got cake.
Making a killing.
Everybody's got cake to spend these days. Speaking of cake.
Yes? You look like a cake, dude.
He's not talking to me.
Everybody got a knife?
Yeah.
You got all these colors over here. You look like Frosty.
He's Buzz Lightyear.
I know.
I'm going to take it off.
He looks like
I felt
confused
like being
King Arthur.
festive. I'm excited. Look outside. I never knew that people just wander the streets in New York City on Halloween.
I started to grab
my first Halloween in New York.
It's a big gay holiday. It's the gay Christmas.
Massive.
Right.
It's the gay Christmas.
They blocked off streets. They blocked off 6th Avenue.
That's right.
It's closed.
They have fun, and it's raining even, too.
What's your costume with the glasses and all that? Just Artie?
I'm Dennis Leary.
Oh, you Dennis Leary. Okay.
Yeah, now I'm
Dr. Dre.
Now I'm George Clooney. Now I'm George Clooney. Some people say, always say I look like Rosie O'Donnell in this outfit.
No, you look better than her.
Thank you. Well, anyway, so Brian and I bonded over this. Hal Needham, who was the director of Smokey and the Bandit franchise with Burt Reynolds in the 70s.
But first off, he was like the #1 stuntman for a long, long time.
Burt Reynolds had a lot of respect for stuntmen. He met them in the 70s. Him and another guy, Dar Robinson, was huge with Burt Reynolds. And in the movie, I think it's the movie Stick, Dar Robinson does the longest free fall ever in a movie from the top of a building in, I think it's Dallas or Houston. I mean, he goes back first, just with no eyesight, gone. And he loved all that stuff, and he made one of them a director, and the guy was great at what he did.
And Needham had like 56 broken bones, broke his back twice. Right. He was the highest paid stuntman at the time. Then he turned his interest to directing.
Made real scratch, because there were 3 Smokey and the Bandits, and then a couple of Cannonball
The last
runs.
one sucked.
Yeah, what are you going to do?
Yeah.
But that first one is a classic movie.
Come on.
Jackie Gleason as the sheriff, and Burt Reynolds as the bandit.
Hold up on that car wash, boys.
Hold it. Hold it! All right, let's hear a couple of clips.
That's an attention getter. You want something?
Hush, puppy, Daddy.
No time for that crap!
I'll take a Diablo sandwich and a Dr. Pepper.
Drive-in movie?
Daddy, the top came off.
No. Some of you move quick. Nobody makes Sheriff Buford T. Justice look like a possum's becker. Except for that your ass.
Shut your ass.
Kiss me, boy. I'm just a goddamn maniac all over.
Shut your ass.
Shut your... Junior, put the evidence in the car.
Put the evidence in the car. He says, somebody chased you, Sheriff? You chased? Ain't nobody chasing me, boy. This guy nearly killed 700 officers of the law, driving through backyards, knocking over mailboxes, got a bro in the car, that's kidnapping. Driving over state lines, that's a man act. I don't think he's got a license. How's that for high digs?
You sound a lot taller on the radio, boy.
I'm Sheriff Branford. Oh, what's the world coming?
The Germans got nothing to do with it, boy. That's not germane to the situation. The Germans got nothing to do with it.
That really brought Gleason back, because you had the Honeymooners, you had the Hustler, a couple of good movies.
Yeah, he had the toy.
And then, right, exactly. That's brilliant. That was after this, because this put him on the map.
That's right.
77. That proved Richard Pryor was not thinking clearly either. But 77, you had Smokey and the Bandit, the biggest hit of that year, and turned Burt Reynolds into the biggest movie star in the world. But he's so funny in it, man.
Oh, he's excellent.
And
you're right, resurrected his career.
Yeah.
I mean, he is it's about Bird and Sally Fields and
Sally
Jerry
Field,
Reed,
young and cute.
Yes, but
Yeah, Jerry Reed was good in it, but it's Burt Reynolds and
Jackie
Gleason
takes
together.
the cake, man.
And Gleason, the kid who played his son, are so funny. Did you see that movie?
Yeah.
I mean,
Long
not
ago.
like us.
I don't think it meant as much to me because I was a little younger.
Yeah, no, absolutely.
Well,
And I didn't pick up
77.
on I was, well,
Well, you got to watch it over and over like me, man.
I was 3 in
You know, they do have
77.
DVDs. You can
Yeah, no,
download it.
You were the ET generation, all sensitive.
I saw, yeah. When
Well, I
I
came
saw
up with
it,
ET.
it still, a lot of it went over my
I was
head.
going to say ET&T. I came up with ET&T.
Yeah, ET&T is when you want to call outer space.
And you
That's what they're
may
talking about.
get connected.
No, I know
Going
you're right.
home.
No, you're right. I do feel, embarrassed sometimes. That's when I meet someone like Brian. It's amazing because it's like a kinship. Who knows all the lines to that movie? At first,
You guys are both incredible
Well, it
with
starts
that.
out cool, but then you go, "Oh God, I sound kind of creepy."
Man, I don't care.
I don't know how you guys.
Well, you don't care because you can beat people up. Call me creepy. Go ahead.
I've been creepy my whole life.
Yeah, I know
Come
every
on.
line of the movie. Call me creepy.
Eastbound and Down. Anytime I go to karaoke, you got Eastbound and Down?
Well, the great show Eastbound and Down is based on that song.
Right.
Yeah, Eastbound
With,
and Down.
That is
what's
a
his
great
name?
show.
Kenny Powers?
Yo,
Yeah.
Danny McBride plays Kenny Powers.
Yeah.
Hilarious.
Really
I
funny.
saw him. I told you I saw him when I was up at ESPN. He
Oh, you
came
did?
in to do something, pub something.
Right.
And his mullet is fake.
Oh, really?
He was
Good.
that?
That's good.
He was walking through.
You think he goes through life for 6 months while they shoot him with that mullet?
Yeah.
Dude, there's wigs.
He's got a mullet in everything he does.
Leonard
I
Nimoy.
thought for
Leonard Nimoy
sure.
didn't have those ears, right?
Well, he didn't have a mullet. What was the movie he did with Ben Stiller? When they were in Cabo and whatever.
Right.
When he was trying to get away from his wife or whatever,
It was a great the Heartbreak Kid.
Heartbreak
It was
Kid.
a remake of a great movie in the 70s. Again, the 70s when they made good movies. They destroyed that movie, but he's funny in it.
Oh, he's hilarious.
Yeah, and he's got different hair. But yeah, of course, there's wigs.
Right. You thought that was for
He
real?
has a weave or something.
I wore a wig in a
mullet
movie.
He has a weave.
I did a movie with David Spade in '98, and it took us 3 months to shoot it. We shot it in Hermosa Beach out by L.A., and I wore a wig the whole time. I played a guy stalking Spade, and I did my hair like him. So half of the movie, I have hair like Spade's, a wig like you're wearing, James. It was. I had to go out to Renata of Burbank. She did all the big wigs, and I had the same size head as Charlton Heston. And I had a wig that Charlton Heston wore in, not Spartacus, Ben-Hur. And she said, guard this with your life. It was like a $10,000 wig. So these 3 broads who were in the hair department would put the wig on me at 6 a.m. in the morning and would follow me around like I had a harem all day. I looked like the coolest guy ever. They would go with me to lunch to make sure I didn't get gravy on it. They glued it on me. And then at the end of the day, they would rip it off. As soon as they ripped it off, they could care if I died.
Yeah.
Got hit by a bus. They're like, okay, bye.
Dropped you just like that.
But one of them, she was an older woman, not a looker. Looked like something you may find in a live bait shop. But she would give me a shampoo at the end of each day. They'd rip it off the wig after a 14-hour day of shooting, and she'd shampoo my head. It was like a massage. It was. And one day, I have sweatpants on that I put them on in my trailer, and I go for the hair wash, which I look forward to it every day. She washes my hair. It's a 60-year-old woman. She was like, it was her last movie. She retired, and it was sensuous. She would do her hair. I look down and she looks down, and I have the biggest boner. I am pitching a tent like you never saw before. And I look up at her.
Sweatpants.
I look up at her, and one of those sinks like at a salon where I'm leaning back in the trailer, the hair and makeup trailer. And she looks down at me. I look down at her, and she's like, Someone's having fun. And it was so awkward. And I had to wait for it to go down.
That sounds like me. I used to get massages twice a week when I was still in the league.
Oh.
That happened to me one
Did
of my
it really?
masseuses.
Oh, my God. Well, I hope it was a girl masseuse.
Yes.
I've told the story before.
It was.
I've told the story before. I shot another movie in San Francisco, of all places. And they took care of us. It was a big movie with Renee Zellweger and Chris O'Donnell. It was called The Bachelor. Again, 98. I had a movie career for a little while before they all came out and lost Hollywood money. And they put us up at the Park Hyatt in downtown San Francisco. Gorgeous. I would do spots at the Punchline. I was there for a month and a half. It was a great time. That's when I thought Renee Zellweger liked me, and I told Chris O'Donnell that. And he looked at me like I just said, okay, I shoot space juice out of my ears, and it creates magic. He put me aside, don't ask her out, because if she quits, we're never talking again. But, they said, look, you guys have been working hard. We're going to get you a massage. So they say, "Can you want a masseuse?" I say, yes. Sends him up to my room at the Park Hyatt. I get all set, get everything ready. I put like cologne on. I was single at the time. I got a robe on. With knock on the door, open it up. With the full masseuse table, the travel masseuse table, is a guy. We look at each other and we make eye contact. And this happened. I said, "Dude, are you going to make me say this out loud?" And he goes, "No." And he just walked away. Then I felt so bad. I ran to the elevator. I gave him $50.
Yeah,
that's nice. Yeah, thanks. And
I'm with you.
Yeah, well, I mean, listen. Everybody doesn't know homophobia,
masseuse.
but of course.
No, I'm not. I just want a female masseuse.
Yeah, what's wrong with that?
Yeah, nothing wrong with that.
People make you feel bad about that. I mean,
why?
I
don't care. I don't feel bad about it.
If a knuckle is rubbing my knee, I don't want to feel hair.
Exactly. But no, I did have a guy, the roping. You familiar with that? The roping where they're going.
Actually, guys are good at it, right?
Yeah. Now that guy who did the roping, well, it was a guy. That's
what's
redundant.
roping?
Well, they work on the tissues that surround the
Well,
muscle.
in the NFL, that probably
and they hurt. It hurts.
In the NFL, you probably had to have that, right?
Oh, yeah.
I had something called augmented soft tissue mobilization, where they use a scraper, like a plastic.
Right.
Really?
Yeah.
It hurts so bad, and you would bruise afterwards.
Yes, exactly.
Augmented what? Soft
Augmented
tissue?
soft
We call
tissue
it roping.
mobilization. Yeah, probably the same kind of thing.
I'd say ASTM. Of course,
It is.
ASTM.
And it hurts so much,
painful.
you're not worried about it being a dude.
Right,
Trust
right,
me, you just want the
right.
pain to stop.
Yeah.
So, got a few minutes before commercial. College football now.
What about it?
Again, is the situation getting boring there? I mean,
No, but
is
no
someone
one's
gonna-
taking notice
Is
because
someone
we're so
going to beat
used
them?
to it.
I want someone to beat them. Who's going to beat them?
Next week, LSU could possibly beat
They're
them.
always big, right?
They're built to beat them. Had them on the road
But
a season ago.
LSU's,
But
man.
A.J. McCarron, and they had a miraculous, last-minute drive in that ball game and got the W. But, yes, they can be beaten, but they are looking great here lately. The defense, everyone was concerned about the defense after Johnny Manziel and A&M put over 600 yards of total offense on them and 40-some points.
They can be scored on. Absolutely.
Finally, they've had 3 SEC opponents go into Bryant-Denny Stadium there in Tuscaloosa, and only one has scored, and that was Tennessee last week, and that was 10 points.
Right. I mean,
Isn't LSU down this year, though?
Well, their defense, a lot of new faces over there. And offensively, Zach Mettenberger, who was looking great until like the last 2 games, Ole Miss didn't play well, forced some passes. He had 2 picks last week versus Furman, and they started out slow in that ball game. But yeah, the defense, yes, offensively they've been spectacular with Beckham and Landry at the wide receiver position, and of course that running back stable. They've always got a nice group of running backs.
Right.
Is Ohio State respected enough by the BCS?
No. Not right now, because of the schedule. And one thing I really dislike about this BCS
they're number
system,
4, right? Where
right?
should they be?
Yeah, but you want to be 1 or 2.
Oh, okay.
To get
And they
into
should
the
be, you
title
think?
game.
Yeah.
No, I'm not saying they should. But one terrible aspect of the system we're under now, and this is the last year, of course, we go to the 14 playoff, and that's not enough for me either. But that's another story. But when you beat a team, so they knock off Northwestern. Northwestern's undefeated at the time. This is 4 or 5 weeks ago.
Yeah.
They go into Northwestern's backyard. They knock them off, and yet Northwestern hadn't won a game, since that defeat. They've lost 4 straight, and Ohio State has to carry that record with them their entire season.
Right.
It's just a bad system. Maybe if I beat the dogs out of a team, which Ohio State didn't, but they won the game, maybe I'm the reason they've had a precipitous fall since then. But I'm tagged with that baggage for the rest of the season. And also, Ohio State, they can't play, Buffalo and then Florida A&M and expect to get any respect. You got to put another big-name non-conference team on that schedule. And the Big Ten is down somewhat this season also.
They are,
What about the game this weekend, Florida State and Miami?
Well,
that's got to be the biggest game of the year, right?
Yeah, that's a huge game. And Jameis Winston, they're like a 21, 22-point favorite in this ball game. And I said the U would be back this year.
Wait. Miami is undefeated.
Right.
Yes, Buzz.
Miami's undefeated, and they're a 22-point underdog.
Yes, because look how they've won the last couple of ball games. They didn't play well versus UNC. Stephen Morris didn't. They had a couple injuries in their big injuries, but they still got that W. Last week, Wake Forest almost upset them. Still got the W. That's fine. And Florida State just dismantled Clemson. Clemson was sitting there at number 3. Yeah. And Florida State goes in there with this young quarterback.
They got a reality check.
They made Clemson look average, below average in every phase of the game. Offense, defense, special teams, thorough whipping. And now you got Miami rolling in there with not all their players. They've got a pretty good defense. I like their secondary. Tracy Howard, Rayshawn Jenkins, those guys back there. But they're going up against arguably the best wide receiving core in college football with Rashad Green and Kenny Shaw.
It's got to be a fun game.
Kelvin Benjamin, yeah.
Does famous Jameis win the Heisman this year?
Well, he's right there with Mariota right now. If he has another big game in this one, like he did versus Clemson, an undefeated number 3 ranked team, now you got undefeated number 7 Miami coming in there. Yeah, I can see him winning.
Well, this leads to my next question. Why can't Manziel repeat? Is that possible?
He could.
And how do you think he's going to translate in the pros?
I'm not sure.
Is he a Flutie or a Fran Tarkenton?
I would say both.
Right.
He's taller than Flutie, and I like his game. It's appealing to me. I had a conversation with Steve Berline last week at CBS Sports, longtime NFL quarterback, and played at Notre Dame, of course. And Berline said he didn't think that Manziel could make all the throws at the pro level. We will see.
He would know. That's the thing.
Well, he would.
That's the sinking suspicion that everyone seems to have.
Well, we will see. Once you get to the combine and all that stuff, you get the pro guys out there working with him, you'll find out what he has. But I like his game.
That's just not something.
He's in the Heisman conversation, yes, because his numbers are on par.
Making the throws is not something you can teach a guy who's that size. He has limitations,
right?
Physical limitations.
Well,
he has an incredible ceiling athletically, but throwing the football,
we will
hold him back.
We will find out. Yeah, because those small windows. And we saw Matt Stafford against my Cowboys last week.
He went nuts. Stafford went nuts.
The one pass to Chris Durham, they're on the sideline. That's a small window.
You see that with Stafford, Aaron Rodgers.
Yeah.
Peyton. I mean, the guys, it's magical.
That's what sets them apart. That's what's and the one.
That's what you need to win in the NFL now.
You're right. The one pass that Rodgers threw to Jordy Nelson right before the half. That's when I knew I was in the NFL.
It buzzed the guy's ear hole.
Nice. Buzz Lightyear.
You can hear it. You can hear that thing.
I mean, come on, talk about segues. We're going to take a break. Got a couple more questions for you.
I'm not answering anything else.
This is passion. By the way, James, our board op, pulled off something special.
What?
No one's ever done this with a Halloween costume. He tried to look like Matthew McConaughey in a role, and he looks like
Dazed and Confused.
And he looks like Wilford Brimley. Who can do that? Diabetes.
That's what we like about 18-year-olds. We get older and they stay 18.
That's right.
Party at the Moon Tower.
For a couple bucks a month. Listen, you'll love this.
Is this the Dollar Shave Club? Yeah. I just joined.
Give
me that.
There's the shave
That
butter.
is the
Dr.
best
Carver
ever.
shave butter.
I said, give it to me, damn it.
Yeah, you can have it.
I'm trying to help you with this spot. This
go ahead.
Where my single?
Any camera.
Any camera. You got about 20 up in this mug.
You're in the black camera.
I got the ghetto cam over here that nobody's holding. Listen, you remember
Nobody's holding.
You remember the Braille cream, a little dab of do you?
That's right.
That's
This is a new modern day Brill cream.
This is some good stuff.
DollarShaveClub.com is amazing. We're all getting our razors. $20 a month. You can get them delivered right to your quality razors. And you just said Dollar Shave Club. My girl gave it a great endorsement. She used it on her legs.
Ooh,
and
that's it?
They feel smooth.
Just the legs.
That's. I don't want to physically kill her parents. But
this is fantastic.
She actually she went out of her way to tell me that the blades and the butter unbelievable.
Right. She's correct. She ain't lying.
Yeah, and
good stuff.
Brian Jones wouldn't lie to you.
I just joined.
Listen, treat your wallet right and avoid the drugstore with all those sick people inside. Join DollarShaveClub.com. It's a lifesaver. DollarShaveClub.com and get Dr. Carver's Easy Shave Butter. You heard. We all try it here.
Good stuff.
Your face will thank you later.
Baby smooth.
We're going to take a break and we'll have more. By the way, 2017 now Cincinnati.
A minute 18 left in the game.
Yeah, so we're going to update that, follow that. More Brian Jones in.
The Artie Lange Show, weeknights on Audience, only on DirecTV.